to JermaineAuNatural. I am Jermaine Ryan, and per the title, I'm gonna be helping you with some of my tips, tricks, things that I've learned from other people, putting it all together into one cute little, nice little video for you to help you get a great wash and go, as good as you're gonna get it. Y'all know I do wash and goes 90%, 95% of the time, 90, I do them a lot. So I thought that it would be helpful to help others with some of the things that I know and I have learned. Rare occasion, I will be doing this wash and go in my room, except for the exception of like if it's a mousse. As you can see, I will be using the Adwoa Beauty Bail Mint Gel. And remember that any videos that pop up above will always be linked down below in the description box and sometimes in end cards for you to check out after this one. And if anyone has any additional tips, leave the comments down below. All right, so first let's start with the most important thing. Step one. Listen. Your hair, your curl pattern is going to be whatever it's going to be. If your hair does not look like mine,
not his, not hers, not theirs,
it's not exactly like mine to the T. I have 4 textures. If you don't have the same 4 in the same locations that I do, with the same density and the same type of curl texture or thickness of each strand, just know that your hair by the end of all of this will not look like mine. And mine won't look like yours. So number one is accepting that your hair is going to do whatever it's going to do. It's going to give you the best that it's got. Baby. Okay, so now that we have done that, hopefully, because I know some still struggle. Step 2, what products are we using? What do we want the hair to look like? Now I, like several other people that I know, can walk up to the cabinet and be like, there's a lot to choose from. There are gonna be a lot of beeps, so there are gonna be a lot of videos tagged down below as far as what I'm referencing things. So I often have to choose on what I want the hair to look like. Do I want more volume with definition? Do I want hard definition? Do I want real hard definition? Look, cream, gel, mousse. How do you want it to look? Leave-in and just some oil. How do you want it to look? I should actually start doing my hair.
You should be. You should be. You should be.
And so it was an all Adwoa Beauty wash day today. I've already applied the leave-in. Even though I have the mister here, I'm not playing those games with no mister. Just because my hair has to be soaking wet, I will be using my dollar store spray bottle. It don't miss. It sprays to get wet now. So the Bail Mint Gel is a medium hold with hard definition, with hard definition. Super defined hair. That's what I want it to look like. I am a definition over volume person. Of course, you can shop my Adwoa Beauty store down below. Find some of my favorite things there. Click the link down below, you know, save you a couple of coins, you know, support the channel, things like that. So, and this is what I mean when I say the dollar store bottle sprays to get it wet right now. All right, so let me show you this really quickly, even though I have reviewed this 50 million times as it is one of my favorite gels, but kind of a curdly, cottage cheesy consistency with this gel, super concentrated. But once you rub it in your hands, it goes clear, and then you apply it. Make sure to coat it evenly, and you'll feel it when it starts coating too. More water. All right, small section. First one is done. So now that we have accepted our hair for what it is, just knowing that it's going to turn out however it's going to turn out based on its curl pattern, density, hair thickness. So now that we've made these decisions, now that we know what we want the hair to look like based on the product that we're using, it's now to start working on the wash and go. Step 1, wash your hair.
dirty hoe.
piling product on top of old and dirty hair will not result in a good wash and go. It just won't.
Don't do it. It's foolish.
Clean your hair. Wash the hair. Wash your scalp. Get the scalp good and clean. And then wash your hair from the scalp to the ends, because you have to get all of that product up off your hair. So when it comes to washing your hair, what did you use on it last? Were you using heavy butters? Were you using heavy oils like castor oil?
Hair greases?
Or keeping it light? Was it a mousse? Was it another gel, the last thing that you use? You know, a nice light cream or just a general moisturizer or a light oil. If it is time for you to clarify your hair. Or you might just need to clarify your hair because you just haven't clarified it in a while. Personally, I clarify my hair once, maybe at the very most twice a month. I don't use very heavy butters. I don't really use butters too often in my hair. And then after I have clarified, I will then follow it up with a moisturizing shampoo just to get the moisture back in my hair. You know, if you have an active lifestyle where you're working out or things like that, then yeah, you may need to clarify a little bit more often. So it all varies, but if you need to clarify, if you haven't done it in a while, get you a good clarifying shampoo and make sure your hair is thoroughly clean. Now, like I said, because I do not do a lot of heavy products, the weeks that I don't clarify, I will just use a moisturizing shampoo. Double cleanse with that. Boom. First section. Done. Done.
Period.
All right. Clip that up. Move on to the back. All right. So a good clarifying every once in a while is just a necessity. Just deep, thorough clean. The hair is clean, right? We've clarified and moisturized and used our moisturizing shampoo as a follow-up, or we've done a double moisturizing shampoo. So now that the hair is clean, and this is how much I'm using per like small section. Not a whole lot, but the hair wet. And now we need to put the more moisture back into the hair, especially if you are someone with drier textured hair like myself. To condition or deep condition. There are some people that can get away with just doing a good moisturizing rinse out conditioner. There are others who like a deep conditioner. We need the extra moisture, all that we can get. Always follow the directions per the jar or bottle or whatever it is that you're using, and let that thing do what it needs to do. Now, personally, every once in a while, depending on how lazy I'm feeling, I will just do a rinse out conditioner. Especially if I don't really need the moisture, if I've like been maintaining pretty good and on my wash days regularly, because sometimes I don't be on them regularly.
Oh my God.
That also just helps with shorter wash days. Beep. So that's what I will do. Now, I am someone that also has some color left in my hair. So with that, you'll then need to decide on, okay, well, if you have color, if your hair is processed in some type of way, then you will need a really good protein deep conditioner. It's going to help build that hair back up from whatever process you may have in your hair. Strengthening, being able to feel that strength.
You can't feel the strength.
So that's also something that you may have to do, when you're deep conditioning. And that is just going to help your hair to absorb whatever moisturizer that you're putting in it, also when you're building that hair and that strength back up into your hair. So this is going to look real weird because I'm about to insert this whole done clip back into another part. So now in this part of either rinse out or deep conditioning your hair, this is the opportunity that you want to take to start to detangle your hair. This is going to help make sure that when you're applying your product, that it is applying in smoothly, that your curls are clumping together instead of being webbed and tangled together. This could be either a finger detangling, this could be with a tool. Personally, I like to do both. I take my leave-in, I take my rinse-out conditioner, my deep conditioner, either or, apply it to my hands. I will then work it all, starting at the ends, work it from the ends all the way up to my roots. And then from there, to help distribute it evenly, I will then take my fingers and I will separate the hair. This is going to help to distribute the product evenly throughout my hair. So I will separate, so that's my light finger tangling, and then I will go in with my Alicia Leatherwood, which I love, and go through and just really help to do a deeper, more thorough detangling, and again making sure that that product is spread throughout evenly throughout the hair. Now it's time to decide, leave-in or no leave-in conditioner. I can hear the people now, oh, I got to have a leave-in conditioner. Do you? And I can hear them replying that.
Yes!
Well, there are a lot of things to consider when you are doing a leave-in conditioner. As it is still summer, well, Michigan has been acting like...
Did something break?
Michigan has been acting like fall, so you adjust as the weather and the climate in your area allows and needs. So your leave-in conditioner is going to give you that lasting, set-in, coating, conditioned, moisturizing that your hair may need. Now, the part that you need to consider with this, since it is summer in most places, I think, is that if I use the leave-in conditioner, does this leave-in conditioner have humectants? Humectants are ingredients that are going to draw moisture from the air, which will affect your wash and go. So, and another part of that is, what is the humidity like outside? You know, if I use a leave-in conditioner that has a lot of humectants in them, or they're right at the top, and then I step outside and the things in here are set to take the things outside and absorb it into my hair, water, is this the route that I want to go? Because what am I trying to do in my wash and go if I know this is going to happen if I use this product? So that may be something to consider also. So you may say, well,
Jermaine, how do I know what humectants in there?
so always turn your bottles around, see where the things are. Other humectants to be aware of in your leave-ins, outside of honey, you have propylene glycol, you have sorbitol, you have glycerin, which I know a lot of people like to stay away from glycerin. So now we have decided leave-in or no leave-in. And there are instances where you can get away without using a leave-in. Certain products like mousses and some gels are formulated to be moisturizing enough where you can just do the one product and be done. Like,
Yes, yes, yes.
the ultimate saving time on wash day. A one and done product. Oh, and now we're ready to style. So now we're looking at a cream, we're looking at our mousse, we're looking at our gel. Follow the directions. That's what I'm gonna suggest strongly. If the manufacturer says use this gel with sopping, soaking wet hair, use it with sopping, soaking wet hair. They tested it. They know what the optimal results are going to look like. Now, there's always going to be someone that says, well, I don't use, I do my own thing. Well, you know, have you tried it their way? Could what you be doing be good, but not its best? Could it be? I always suggest at least the bare minimum the first time. Look at that. Looks so pretty. I always suggest at least the first time to follow the brand's instructions, just to see how it's going to turn out, and then adjust as you need. And there have been times where I have tried gels and followed the directions, and you know, it said do it on damp hair. Did it on damp hair, and the hair did not clump. It did not do what I needed it to do. I then adjusted. Let's add more water. When it comes to gels, oftentimes the solution is more water and opposed to more product. Not all of them.
Always? Not always, no. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
So yeah, that's one thing I would say with gels. When it comes to mousses, again, follow the directions on the thing. If it says you can do it on damp hair just because of how mousses are made, a lot of times you can get away with damp hair and it's going to turn out just fine. And the same thing goes with your creams. Follow the directions and then adjust from there. Now, another key point that comes into this that is important is the technique. Yeah, okay, you're following the instructions, but how are you putting the stuff in your hair? Are you slapping it on? Are you raking it? Are you doing the praying hands method? How are you actually applying it? What I have learned from one of my favorite brands, which is Adwoa Beauty, is something that they do very particularly with the set mousse, and you will have, and if you click on any of the videos down below the set video, then you'll see exactly what it is. But working the product into the hair, they then use their defining tool to then define the hair, smooth it out really good, and then, you know, rake it through to separate the clumps. So the technique then comes into play now that we are applying product to the hair. Now, if you are someone like myself that likes deep definition, then you may want to work in smaller sections, really taking the time to define those sections using fingers, raking through, and really just being thorough with it. Or, like I said, you can use your defining tool to like get a really smooth take on the hair, smoothing it all the way through like so. So you can smooth it out like that, apply your product, rake it through. Noticing that there are no tangles, no webbing, no nothing. Just really working that product through. Whoa, okay. Ooh, too much bass. So yeah, and then separating it. Section done. And do we maybe want a little bit more volume so you work in bigger sections? Your curls looking like large clumps of pork rinds. And then when you're applying it, making sure that you're getting product all the way down to the root, because we want to define all the way down. We're making this last, and then raking it through. If raking is your method, like I said, you can smooth it through, because some people like the praying hand smoothing. You can use your defining tool, Denman brush, or whatever that may be, to make sure that the hair is good and defined, product is applied all the way throughout, and that the hair is clumping as you're applying the gel. Now, another method that many use is the shingling method. So that is where, and who shingles an awful lot? We just shingles a lot. Faye does a lot of shingle, but that's where you are taking the hair after your product is applied and literally going strand by strand and applying that product. Some people will apply that product down and then do a little twist on it. Just a little twist. Almost like a finger coil. And you can do your whole head with this. Ooh, Kobe Max does that. He is really good with shingling his hair with a curl. He really likes that, and he's really, really good at that. It takes time. I rarely do that because, goodness, does it take a lot of time. But that is another technique that you can use. Let's say if maybe you don't have as much definition, if your curls aren't as defined if you would like them to be, try the shingling method with a little twist on it and see how your hair turns out. Now, as I mentioned before, my hair patterns and the way my hair is set up, this here, this right here, this all right here, this is my undefined patch. This patch, I've got some options with. I can wet it down, rake my product through, let it hang just like that, break that up a little bit more, you know, so you get whatever kind of definition and clumping it's going to do. This would be a section that I would then shingle, because it's not really going to define, not really. The Bailment gel does a good job with it. There are only a few gels that will like start to clump those curls. Bailment is one of them, but a lot of times I'll just go through and I'll shingle those areas. Now that the hair is good, the product has been all applied, it's good and detangled. This is a method, a technique that I learned from Anthony Dickey. Beep! This will be something that I always do in all of my wash days, unless I'm being extremely delicate with it or it's like a mousse. I normally don't do this with the mousse, or if I do, it's super light. But shake the hair. From what I understand, that is supposed to help open the hair up. It's going to help with those curls clumping and help those curls to define a little bit more. I do not have a face towel in here. I'm just going to use my sticky product-y hands. So,
Ooh, no, baby. Yes, yes. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Stiff what? Stiff what? For real, stiff what?
I don't want it. My bed is probably all wet now with product. All right. Okay, Bailment, you better hold on to the part. Hold on to the part. All right, so open those curls up a little bit, and now ready to dry. Final stage. So when you go to the shop, they sit you underneath the dryer. All of the licensed stylists that I watch and have seen online always say that you need to dry your hair either underneath a bonnet dryer, a hooded dryer, or a diffuser to get the hair to set. You don't want to air dry because that will lead to your hair frizzing up a lot faster. So I am now going to be using my Maxodo dryer. Beep, and make sure you use code 30 Jermaine in Amazon, and make sure that you click on that coupon, add that extra discount on it. This special with my 30% on top of the coupon ends tonight at midnight. So get in on this. It cuts the dry time down definitely in half. Dry time all the way down to the roots. Okay, it cuts the dry time down in half. Super nice, super easy, really cute dryer, not loud at all. All right. Hey, it me. Okay, so my camera did this weird thing last night, and coming back the next day, so of course pineappled it last night, and here is how my hair is looking. And this really is like standard wash and go for me. I've got all of my definition with the Adwoa Beauty gel. I do get amazing, you hear me? Amazing movement with it. Like it's so much movement with it, but it is super defined because I did work in smaller sections. It's just and my intentional side part is still there. So those are my tips, my tricks, the information that I've learned from other people on getting the ideal, perfect, best, your best wash and go. So it sounds like a lot because it's a long AZZ video, but it's really not as much once you do it all and apply it all. So just to break it down again, just to go through it really quickly to sum it all up. First step, accepting your hair as it is. It's going to turn out however it's going to turn out. Your curl pattern and texture is what it is. Accept it. Live with it. Second step, figuring out what you want your hair to look like. Do you want it defined? Do you want volume? Do you want a combination of a volume and definition? What do you want the hair to look like? What are you trying to achieve in the look? So that's the second step, and then choose your product accordingly. Gel, foam mousse, or a curling cream, curl defining cream. Third step, Wash your hair. The hair needs to be clean before you go into trying to do wash and goes. Clarify and then follow up with a moisturizing shampoo if you need to, or just use a double moisturizing shampoo if you aren't using heavy products. Clarify when you need to. Third step, leave-in rinse out conditioner or deep condition. Add the moisture back to your hair. You're wearing a wash and go. You're going to want it to last several days, so you need to add the moisture back. Did that. Fourth step, leave-in conditioner, more moisture. Just be mindful of your leave-in. If you are living someplace that is very humid, it is still summer, and if it is very humid, don't grab a leave-in where the first ingredient is honey. It is going to pull all that moisture from the air and make your wash and go a wash and fro. So just be mindful. Maybe something lighter, a lighter spray like the Adwoa Naturals leave-in, lemongrass leave-in, really good light spray. Adwoa Beauty's melonberry leave-in, really good, really light. So a lighter leave-in conditioner may be best if you're somewhere humid and you need the extra moisture. Fourth step, adding your styling product. If you're using a gel, determine if you want super defined hair, if you want it more bigger and curlier and defined, bigger sections or smaller sections. If it is a cream, just know that it's not going to be the hard hold of a gel, but you will still get a lot of definition with it. If it is a mousse, mousse is going to give you a good amount of moisture along with defining the hair. And if you want to do a one and done product, a mousse is going to be a good option. We're still going to give you a good amount of moisture and define the hair. And there are some gels that are one and done gels that are formulated to give you some moisture and still define the hair. One thing that I didn't mention also is when you are drying the hair, some people like to stretch the hair. They do say that that helps their wash and go to last longer. And if you are someone that likes volume, that's going to be perfect. Grab that hair, get the focuser and stretch those roots and dry it and stretch it out. If that's what you want, if you're a volume person. So play around with it. There are a lot of different combinations that you can do, but you can get a wash and go. It's just, you just have to know that it is going to look how your hair is set up to make it look. Did I leave anything out? Is there anything that I missed in here? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to click all the links and check out all the things, support the channel. And I thank you and appreciate you. All right, make sure that you like this video, press the red subscribe button. Some are still here. Feel free to share this out if somebody else may be struggling with the wash and go and just need some tips, some extra tips, some more tips, different tips. Punch the notification bell so that you can stay abreast when I post my videos. And again, thank you for tuning in to JermaineAuNatural. I'll see you in the next one. Jesus, this was a long video.